Dear students, how are you? Hope you all are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome back to grammar class. Today we will read interrogative sentence. Your book, page 10. Look at the picture. Meena is telling Raju about a picnic. Raju is asking Meena about the picnic. Meena says, I am going for a picnic. Raju asks, where will you go? Meena says, I am going to Pakshi. I am going to Pakshi. Raju asks, how will you go? Meena says, I am going by car. Raju asks, what will you do? Meena says, I will play with my cousins. Do you observe the difference between the sentences said by Meena and the sentences said by Raju? The sentences said by Meena are assertive sentences. I am going for a picnic. I am going to Pakshi. I am going by car. And the sentences said by Raju are asking sentences. Asking sentences is a question. That is an interrogative sentence. As we have already learned, assertive sentences begin with capital letters and ends with full stop. And interrogative sentences starts with capital letters but ends with question mark. Start with capital letters and ends with question mark. Now let's read the definition. Interrogative sentence means in Bengali প্রশ্নবোধক বাক্য. The sentence that asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. That is, the sentence that asks a question. That is an interrogative sentence. Look at the example. Is the sum easy? Where do you go? All the sentences ask question. So, they are interrogative sentences. Now, students, how can we identify an interrogative sentence? Interrogative sentences begin with auxiliary verbs. Interrogative sentences begin with auxiliary verbs such as am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, do, did, etc. and ends with question sign. That is, the sign is called question sign or an interrogative sign. Look at the structure is auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus others plus question sign or an interrogative sign. Look at the example. Is Babul flying a kite? Is, that is auxiliary verb, Babul subject, flying main verb, a kite others, and that is a question sign. Here students, here one thing is most important. When we make a question with the auxiliary verb, am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, do, did, etc. That time we give the answer through yes or no. Look at when I ask, is Babul flying a kite? What will be the answer? The answer yes or no. Are you watching TV? What will be the answer? Yes or no? Do they play football? What will be the answer? Yes or no? So, when we make a question with the auxiliary verb am, is, are, was, were, etc., that time answer will be yes or no. And students, it is very easy to identify an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence may start with the auxiliary verb and ends with an interrogative sign. And look at here, when these verb am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, etc. act as a main verb, that time interrogative sentences begin with these main verbs and ends with question sign. Look at how the sum is easy. Is here act as a main verb. To make a question, we have to put this main verb is at the beginning of the sentence. That is the sum easy? And ends with the question sign. Look at, you have a pen. Have here acts as a main verb. But to make a question, we have to put this main verb have at the beginning of the sentence. Have you a pen? Have you a pen? And ends with the question sign. So it is very easy to identify an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence may start with the verb am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, etc. And it must be ends with question sign. So it will be very easy, students, for you to make a question also. You can make a question with the main verb am, is, are, was, were when they act as a main verb. And you can make a question with the auxiliary verb am, is, are, was, were, etc. Now, students, it is most important that interrogative sentences also begin with question words, that is WH words, such as who, which, what, whom, whose, where, when, why, etc. and ends with question sign. Look at the students, the word starts with the WH, who, which starts with WH, what starts with WH, whom starts with WH, whose starts with WH, where starts with WH, when starts with WH, why starts with WH. So these words are called WH words because these words starts with WH. So interrogative sentences also begin, that is most of the interrogative sentences begin with the question words, that is WH words. And you have to know these WH words. So it is very easy to identify an interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence starts with the WH words and ends with a question sign. What will be the structure? Structure is WH words plus auxiliary verb plus subject plus main verb plus others plus question sign. Look at the example. What are you doing? So it is very easy to identify an interrogative sentence because the sentence asks a question, that is, what are you doing? And the sentence starts with WH words and ends with a question sign. So it must be an interrogative sentence. So look at the other examples. When are you coming back? WH words, who, when, and are, that is auxiliary verb, you, that is subject, coming, that is main verb, and back, that is others, and ends with a question sign. Where do you go? So starts with the WH words and ends with a question sign. Whom do you love? Starts with the WH words and ends with a question sign. So it is very easy to identify an interrogative sentence. I hope you have understood very well. So this is your home practice. What is interrogative sentence? That is the definition. You have to memorize it. And when you have to write the definition, you must give an example. Do not forget to give an example with the definition. Thank you, students, today up to this. May Allah bless you. Thank you so much.